the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the wild weather leaves thousands in the dark.
Plus, the latest on a potential rail strike and how it could impact life here in Maine.
And the latest on an effort to create a customer-owned utility company to help reduce power bills. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Well, it was a wild weather night last night. The wind howling out there, bringing down trees and power lines throughout the area. Since I've been in here the last few hours, I've heard rescue crews respond to a number of other trees still coming down. Still, the winds are still gusting out there. So as you're heading out today, be careful about that. They're also warning about the potential for some freezing roadways too. I know they were still a little slick when I came in today. It was above freezing, but sometimes the roadway temperature can be a little bit colder, especially on bridges and overpasses, that kind of thing.
I know, and we're in Bangor too, so maybe if you drive an hour north, it could be completely different.
Yeah, Piscataquis County, they were saying they were sending out deputies to warn people because it was pretty slippery in Piscataquis County this morning.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
Be careful.
Meteorologist Evan Biggs has all the details, though.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, here we are. We had plenty of rainfall that took place over the past 24 hours. In some areas, got close to 2 inches. Cooper, 1.94 inches. Rogers Farm Site at 1.83 inches. And many other areas at around 1.5 inches or leaving us a little bit below at 1.25 inches. And we also had some wind reports over the past 24 hours as well. Many areas ranging from 40 miles per hour near the Marshfield and Millinocket area up to 61 miles per hour, even 60 miles per hour in Bar Harbor and the Eastport area. Of course, we have wind advisories that are up until 7 p.m. because of this wind that's currently moving through, and gale warnings that remain in effect until about 9 p.m. tonight or so. But again, moving forward, we had all this rain moving through. Now we're probably starting to switch over to a few snow showers and snow flurries after all this rain has moved through. But with temperatures cooling off, a few snow flurries and snow showers will be possible as all this right here continues to move away. We get on the back edge of low pressure, so a few snow flurries cannot be ruled out as those will move in from the west going toward the east. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period overall partly to mostly cloudy. A few snow flurries and snow showers possible. Temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Windy weather has been causing problems across the region. This was the scene last night in Glenburn. Lancaster Brook Road in Glenburn was closed at the Hudson Road because of downed power lines. Drivers were forced to take a detour to get around the area. It was one of the numerous areas facing outages and road closures because of the storm. Some trees have continued to fall this morning because of the strong winds. The Maine Emergency Management Agency says Mainers should brace for a slippery drive this morning. They should also keep an eye out for any any debris in the roadway.
Well, of course, those strong winds have brought down tree limbs and power lines, sparking some power outages in the area. As of early this morning, Central Maine Power Company was still dealing with more than 21,000 outages throughout its territory. Most of those are along the coast in Waldo, Hancock, and Kennebec counties. Versant Power is also trying to restore electricity to more than 9,000 customers in its area. According to Versant, the majority of those are in Penobscot, Hancock, and up in Aroostook County. Excuse me. It's a good time to remind people to stay away from those down power lines that they might see. Utility crews will be out throughout the day working to get the lights back on.
Route 2 in Lincoln was among the roadways closed Wednesday afternoon following a single vehicle crash. Crews responded to the crash just before 4 p.m. between Pleasant Street and Highland Avenue. Captain Corey Stratton was with the Lincoln Fire Department. Says crews arrived on scene to find 2 downed telephone poles and power lines across the road. He says the car involved in the crash was up against a house.
The way it looked to me, like she had hit one pole and pulled the other one down and went through some bushes and then striking the front steps of a residence.
Captain Stratton says the driver of that vehicle had to be extracted from the vehicle and sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The stretch of the road has since been reopened.
Well, in other news this morning, 2 men are facing charges after a drug bust in Corona. As part of an ongoing investigation, the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency and other local law enforcement agencies executed a search warrant at a residence in the Maple Ridge Home Park in Corona on Tuesday night. They say the search resulted in the seizure of over 1 kilo of suspected fentanyl, which has an estimated street value of $165,000. 61-year-old David Ireland of Corona and 22-year-old Carlos Jesus Garcia from Lawrence, Massachusetts, are now being charged with aggravated drug trafficking. Both men were transported to the Penobscot County Jail, where they're currently being held without bail.
The Somerset County grand jury indicted a Palmyra woman accused of setting her home on fire. 44-year-old Allison Trask was indicted for arson, aggravated criminal mischief, domestic violence reckless conduct, and domestic violence terrorizing. State police say Trask started a fire in July that destroyed a residence as well as 2 motorhomes and also caused substantial damage to a garage. No one was living in the residence at the time of the fire. Trask and her boyfriend were living in an apartment over the garage. 2 other people were also in the apartment at the time of the fire. No one was injured. According to the state police, Trask was on a probation for a prior drug offense when she allegedly set the fire.
A LaGrange man arrested by Bangor police on an outstanding attempted murder warrant has now been indicted by the Penobscot County grand jury. 36-year-old Patrick Lloyd was originally from Massachusetts, which is where the attempted murder charge came from. When police stopped Lloyd, they found a handgun hidden in his car. Officials believe the gun was stolen from the Ellsworth area back in 2020. The Penobscot County grand jury indicted him for receiving stolen property, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and violation of conditions of release. An Uber driver accused of sexually assaulting an intoxicated rider was also indicted. 28-year-old Joseph Graston was indicted on gross sexual assault and unlawful sexual assault charges in connection with the alleged incident that happened back in June when he picked up a patron from a Bangor nightclub. And the grand jury also indicted a Bangor man who allegedly fired a gun inside his apartment during an argument. Police found a bullet lodged in a wall of that Jefferson Street apartment. 35-year-old Fox Maloney was indicted for reckless conduct with a firearm.
A former Portland man was sentenced yesterday for his part in a standoff with Brewer police back in 2021. Patrick Mullen was sentenced by the U.S. District Court to 37 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release after pleading guilty back in February 10th of 2022. Brewer police were called to the Walmart parking lot due to a reported disturbance. Police determined that Mullen had 3 warrants and saw him in his truck loading a firearm. Police were able to de-escalate the situation without incident. After an hour, he surrendered and was taken into custody.
Well, in other news this morning, the House approved a bill that could prevent a national rail strike set to begin next week. Johnny Maffey takes a look at the potential impact of a strike here in the state of Maine.
We've been following negotiations and the potential fallout of a freight rail strike. Experts here in Maine telling us any rail strike could send any economic progress off the tracks locally.
It would disrupt the normal things that have been at the heart of the inflation that we've been happening, including food, transportation.
USM economics professor Michael Hilliard says food prices, which are already high, could go up even more. And the pain would continue at the pump where gas prices could rise 15 to 20 cents. It's uneasy news heading into an unstable winter, but Hilliard says it should be temporary.
This could be very dramatic if there is a strike because this would renew the kind of disruptions that we've seen in our economy over the last couple of years, probably for a relatively short period of time, but it could disrupt things for a couple months.
And the fallout could be felt at hotels and restaurants as well. Hospitality Maine says its members could be impacted immediately.
What is the biggest thing we can see with your industry if this were to happen?
Our restaurants and our hotels would probably see it in supplies, ingredients they need for items on their menu, that sort of thing.
The Maine DOT and Port Authority also weighing in, telling CBS 13, while the direct impacts to Maine railroad operations are limited, the nationwide supply chain impacts would affect Maine businesses and consumers. It goes on to say, quote, the current priority for the state is to ensure that freight can keep moving through Maine.
While some passenger rail would be affected by this nationally, Amtrak officials tell me they do not expect the Downeaster line to be impacted.
Fortunately, it looks like there is some promising news as they try to negotiate some kind of a solution to the rail strike. We'll have a little bit more on that coming up later on in the broadcast.
Yep, and the time is now 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a petition calling for a customer-owned utility company has been certified in Augusta. We'll tell you the next step in the effort to bring down power bills.
But first, let's take another look at that forecast. It looks like we can see some scattered snow showers today. It will still be windy with highs near 38 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy with lows dipping down to around 24. Tomorrow, a much calmer, nicer day. Partly cloudy skies with a high near 37.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
I've got all my Christmas shopping done already.
What? How'd you do that so fast?
Well, a Rennie's gift card makes the perfect gift.
You got it for the whole family?
Everybody.
Well, who's this one for?
That's for John.
And this one?
That's Bob.
And this one?
Julie.
Right. And this one?
Marcy.
What about this one?
That's the guy who plows my driveway.
And what about this one?
That's for Sue.
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Hammond Lumber Company is honored to have again been named one of the best places to work in Maine. Hammond Lumber recognizes the importance of employee satisfaction. They provide a positive workplace environment with opportunities to grow. Hammond has continued to grow too, with more team members across Maine and New Hampshire. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to be one of the best places to work in Maine.
Happy holidays from all of us right here at Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
When you rent someone a space, it has to be usable, and the hot water didn't work.
How am I going to utilize a salon?
She's badgering me every day about this.
You make any threats to her?
Made no threats to her.
She tried to hit me.
Hot Bench. Thursday at 3 on ABC 7.
In Washington, a historic vote to protect same-sex and interracial marriages could happen in the House as soon as next week. This comes after the Respect for Marriage Act passed the Senate 2 nights ago, with 12 Republicans, including Maine's Susan Collins, voting for it. Nell Meyer has more with why some couples say they're worried about what could happen without this.
He makes me a better person.
Justin Jeanette married his husband in 2016. They want to be treated like everyone else.
The fear that I have, the fear that me and my husband has, is that the Supreme Court could take away what we have.
It's a really important issue for us.
Westbrook resident Matthew Hoyt shares the concern, hearing that rights could be in question again following the Supreme Court's decision on abortion access over the summer created a sense of urgency for Hoyt and his now husband.
In his country, it's not legal for us to get married. And so our only option was really to come back to the U.S. and to plan to get married here.
At the time of the decision, there was still an upcoming election, adding to his worries about what could happen. This new bill would require the federal government and other states to recognize a marriage, so long as it's valid in the state it was performed in.
I'm hopeful that because of this step that Congress has taken, we have additional safeguards in place.
While the Senate and House have passed different versions of the bill, Republicans and Democrats have supported it.
I was happy to see that both sides were able to work together.
For an LGBTQ plus issue, it's historic.
Gia Drew with Equality Maine thinks this sends an important message of progress.
And the folks who are against us are in the minority. And this is a really good reminder to people that most of the country is in favor of LGBTQ rights.
Now she and others hope it leads to more change, like creating a nationwide non-discrimination law, further protecting LGBTQ plus people.
Well, meanwhile, in other news, Maine Secretary of State has certified a petition that calls for a customer-owned Maine-based utility. Devin Dagnall with that story.
Shenna Bellows, Maine's Secretary of State, certified the Our Power petition, which received over 60,000 valid signatures. The petition will allow Mainers to decide whether or not to create the Pine Tree Power Company, a non-profit customer-owned utility. The company would replace both Central Maine Power and Versant Power. Bellows says that the state's signature is not an endorsement, but simply a validation of the tens of thousands of Mainers who signed the petition.
We're not reviewing whether the bill is a good idea or a bad idea.
We're not reviewing even whether the idea is constitutional or unconstitutional. Our sole duty is to make sure that the referendum question reflects what people have requested.
The state legislators will now take a look at the referendum and decide if they will pass it themselves or allow the people of Maine to vote on it in 2023. Nicole Grahowski, one of the proponents of the bill, says that if passed, the bill will bring big changes to the people of Maine.
Mainers can expect to see their rates going down. And the big reason for that is that there will no longer be profits being sent overseas to enrich foreign shareholders. We can also expect over time to see better service, but that will require some time to improve the quality of our grid.
In Augusta, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Kennebec Valley Community College held an event to help recruit potential employees for a local nonprofit that assists adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Skills Inc. held their hiring event in the Averill building on the KBCC campus to look for what they're calling direct support specialists. According to Barbara Richards, an HR specialist from Skills, the organization has been helping adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities for over 60 years.
We are looking to promote independence with the adults that we serve in all areas of their activities of daily living. There's any number of different areas that the folks we serve are really trying to become successful in and be independent.
You can find more information about Skills on their Facebook page or website at skillsinc.net.
Well, if you're looking to buy a home and you've been waiting to see if prices will slow down or even drop, you may have to wait a little longer. Brad Rogers looks at a new housing forecast released yesterday that predicts Maine home prices will keep rising, especially down south in the greater Portland area.
It's getting really, really hard. We're really feeling the squeeze.
Julia Smith lives with two roommates in this Portland apartment complex. With high rent and student loans, she says home ownership isn't even a possibility right now, especially in Portland where she works.
All the folks who are living here year-round are getting driven out. Folks who work here in the city can't afford to live here in the city.
According to Realtor.com's 2023 housing forecast, home prices in greater Portland will continue to rise next year at one of the highest rates in the country. Local realtors say home prices in Portland rose 11% this year. And despite rising interest rates and an economic downturn, realtors predict home prices could increase by another 11% in 2023.
One of the big challenges are that we don't have enough houses for the buyers in the marketplace. And so it's hard to imagine a situation where prices are coming down before that inventory starts to come up.
The sellers still have the upper hand because, frankly, we don't have the inventory that we need out there right now.
Real estate expert Fiona King says she's still seeing bidding wars.
In the spring, it was not unusual to have 10, 12 offers on a property. And for it to go 50, 60, 70,000 over price. Now what we're seeing is that we're having multiple offers, but 3 or 4 offers are coming.
According to this housing forecast, those higher prices are likely to keep many home buyers away. That's bad news for renters, though. With fewer potential home buyers, it will only increase the demand on rental properties, raising rents in greater Portland.
I'm seeing that a lot with my peers and my friends, that if we're not renting, it's really hard to find a place that's affordable.
I don't care for it, but there's not much I can do about it. Kind of have to just roll with the punches.
As home prices soared in greater Portland, Henry Smith gave up trying to find one he could afford.
I haven't really looked too much recently. It just doesn't seem feasible right now.
Not as long as sellers hold all the cards.
Boy, I know the feeling. I sold my house back in August here in Bangor, and I made a good price at it because prices were up still pretty high. But looking around, trying to find something that I could afford to move into was pretty hard. So I'm living in an apartment right now,
right.
Hoping things will come down a little bit later on. But who knows? According to that, the prices aren't going to come down anytime soon.
I know, and all I can say is my peers and people I know my age are extremely frustrated and tired with looking and paying the prices.
Boy, apartments are another thing. I mean, I cannot believe how much apartments are costing now here in Bangor Brewery area. Even I'm paying like around $1,300 a month, and that's pretty standard.
Right.
You could easily pay a lot more than that.
Right. I saw $1,500 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in Bangor the other day.
Yeah, I'll date myself right now. My first apartment way back when was like $350 a month. And that was
don't tell me that, Craig.
That was like for a 3-bedroom with a bunch of guys. And
Ow,
we had a great time.
That hurts my heart.
Yeah, things are changing.
Yeah.
Anyway, the time now is 6:20. Coming up after the break, the town of Bar Harbor has unveiled their Christmas tree, and with a unique Down East-inspired twist.
Plus, a local business has made a donation to the Hancock County Heating Assistance Program. These stories and more when we return.
Merry Christmas from Sulis Hearing Aid Center. To all my patients, thank you for letting me help you hear better. Happy holidays from Central Maine Denture and licensed denturist Patrick Allen, creating smiles with private care and premium service. Carpet One of Bangor would like to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season.
If I don't hear from you tonight, pull the sword. I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than that, you know there's nothing.
Napa knows how to stay warm, and with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has just what you need to prepare for any outdoor activity. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are perfect for cold weather. And stay warm even longer with a free battery when you purchase any M12 heated gear with Milwaukee's e-rebate program. And while you're here, sign up for Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, the town of Bar Harbor is getting in the holiday spirit. Residents put a unique twist on a decorative tree to send a message throughout their community. Matthew Dronsick has the story.
'Twas weeks before Christmas, and all through the town, Bar Harbor's chamber and community members gathered around, bringing dozens of buoys to their park's Christmas tree and stringing them up for all to see.
We've been collecting buoys that the community members have purchased and decorated. We've installed most of them onto the tree that we've got installed at Harborview Park in downtown Bar Harbor.
Many buoys were designed to display Christmas spirit, but for those who created them, they say that they represented a deeper meaning.
We just wanted to show support for our local lobster people in any way we can.
Chamber Director Alf Anderson says the town wanted to show their support for the lobster industry during these trying times.
We wanted to do something to show our support, and we thought, what better way than to get the community involved and get everyone to kind of show how they feel about this vital part of our community.
A gesture of support during a time of uncertainty for lobster men and women.
We want the fishermen to be able to continue to do what they do. We're very proud of them. And we're very proud of what they do, and they're part of our community, and it's super important to support them.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, the Hancock County Sheriff's Office Heating Assistance Fundraiser got a boost yesterday. Dead River Company, which specializes in heating and oil gas services, donated $2,500 to the drive, which, when matched, will total $10,000. For every dollar donated by the community, the Sheriff's Office will match it dollar for dollar, and the County Commissioner's Office will add $2 on top of the Sheriff's donation. Dead River Company General Manager Wally Tapley was recognized by the Sheriff's Office for his contribution. Sheriff Scott Kane was thankful that Dead River was able to step up to the plate in such an important way.
It's wonderful. I mean, Dead River contacted me right out of the blue and said that they had seen this and that they wanted to be part of it, and man, they stepped up in a big way.
Anyone can still donate, and if interested, Kane says to reach out to community partners in Ellsworth or reach out to the Hancock County Sheriff's Office. Very nice. It's nice to see everybody getting together and helping out one another.
Absolutely. In the spirit of Giving Tuesday, it's all season.
Yeah.
We love it.
Well, a messy day out there yesterday. It looks like a messy day today as well. The rain's coming to an end, but it looks like we could see a little bit of snow. But the real story is the winds, and it's continuing to bring down trees and power lines out there, so be careful.
Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, here we are. Plenty of stuff going on here. We have a wind advisory up for a few areas until 7 p.m. as we head towards this evening. Other spots, though, under a gale warning till about 9 p.m. or so later on. We'll pull this map further down toward the south, and some of these even expiring a little bit earlier at about 7 p.m. or so. But, man, plenty of rainfall recently. Some areas seeing close to 2 inches, like 1.94 inches over at Cooper, Rogers Farm Site, 1.83 inches. In many areas at around 1.5 inches, even 1.25 inches over in the Bangor area. So we've had plenty of rainfall over the past 24 hours with this line that has since moved through. And the lightning tracker is on, no, but we're just not seeing any lightning with this. It was just a lot of heavy rainfall. And now we're starting to switch over to some snow flurries and snow showers that'll begin to move through as we got in a back edge of low pressure. As all this right here continues to track off towards the north and east, and even some lake effects starting to get going here, though. So we'll be watching for a few snow flurries and snow showers today, and that will start to back off later on tonight. We get more gusty winds that we've had to worry about those. Some areas up to 61 miles per hour to Eastport, 60 miles per hour in the Bar Harbor area. In many areas not too far away either. Millinocket and Marshfield, though, at about 40 to 41 miles per hour or so. But gusty winds are on the way, though, again today, but not as bad, maybe up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. But notice by Friday morning, they start to gradually back off to about 10 to 15 miles per hour or so. But, man, look at the wave heights is around 5 to 7 feet closer toward the shoreline. This is why we have gale warnings in effect. Other spots, though, at around 12 to even 17 feet, according to some of those buoys that are reporting farther out towards sea. Our average high temperature, to switch gears right now, is 40 degrees. We'll be in the upper 30s today, and tomorrow the lower 50s for you Saturday, cooling back off on Sunday to the lower 30s, back into the 40s again Monday, Tuesday, and also into your Wednesday. Futurecast moving forward, though, a mostly cloudy sky today. A few snow flurries and snow showers possible. Those will back off later on tonight as the sky will become mostly clear to partly cloudy. By tomorrow, starting off with a few clouds with the sun coming out as we head towards the afternoon period. So, of course, any snow accumulation staying in the northern ends of the state today with any snow showers that get going. Nothing expected further down toward the south. Your forecast for today, upper 30s snow flurries and snow showers with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour as temperatures get above freezing. Later on time, middle 20s becoming partly cloudy, west wind up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 30s partly cloudy, south breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. More rain moves in as we head towards Saturday with highs in the lower 50s. Sunday, mostly sunny, highs in the low 30s, and the low 40s return on Monday with a partly cloudy sky.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
This morning, it's the best must-have Deals and Steals holiday extravaganza.
But wait, there's more!
Up to 60% off for GMA viewers. Plus, Mindy Kaling's here, live on America's favorite morning show.
I'm not missing out on this.
This morning on Good Morning America.
This landlord noticed pets acting out.
I seen my dog jumping around like a horse. The Chihuahua was snapping like a snapping turtle.
And his tenant's dog got the worst of it.
Originally, he told me he was going to cover the vet bills. He knew his dog had bit mine.
So he refused to pay the vet bills. And you stopped paying rent.
I was told by the Board of Health to not pay any more rent.
If your house was dangerous, you should have moved with your Chihuahua.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 5, only on ABC 7.
This
This week on Wheel, Quincy's representing his college.
I made a 4.0 last semester.
And his parents.
They're both educators, and they had a little tussle about who gave me the skills to be here.
Fonzie's got a sixth sense.
I'm psychic. What am I thinking right now, Fonzie? That I'm crazy.
He's psychic! Lulu's mama loves Pat.
She said Pat was probably a really cute baby.
And everyone loves Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, the Royals arrived in Boston Wednesday. The Prince and Princess of Wales touching down at Logan International Airport, kicking off a 3-day trip that will take them around the city ahead of the Earthshot Prize Awards on Friday, which recognizes major contributors to climate change research and awareness. The couple is also expected to visit a youth development organization in Chelsea and Greenton Labs in Somerville. This is the first time William and Kate have visited the U.S. since 2014.
Animal welfare workers try to save whales washed ashore in Easton, Massachusetts. The crews are racing against the clock to rescue 5 pilot whales stuck in the sand there. Workers with the International Fund for Animal Welfare started by covering the whales in blankets and giving them fluids through an IV. The team had to wait for high tide before they could send the whales back into the water using floats. Using this method, 5 of the 6 whales were able to swim off on Tuesday. 1 calf, unfortunately, did not make it.
New York City's Mayor Eric Adams announcing a major effort to remove people with severe mental illness from the city streets and subways. In a speech on Tuesday, the mayor issued a directive telling city agencies to transport people with severe mental illness from the city streets, even involuntarily, saying it is our obligation to care for those who are unable to care for themselves.
Going forward, we will make every effort to assist those who are suffering from mental illness and whose illness is endangering them by preventing them from meeting their basic human needs. And let me be clear, we will continue to do all we can to persuade those in need of help to accept services voluntarily, but we will not abandon them if those efforts cannot overcome the person's unawareness of their own illness. In short, we are confirming that a person's inability to meet basic needs to the extent that it poses a risk of harm is part of the standard for mental health interventions.
The city says training will be rolled out immediately to police officers and emergency medical staff, but Adams admits they will need significant help from Albany to put the entire plan into action.
Well, Congress is moving closer to forcing the terms of a labor deal on rail workers and management. It comes about a week before workers are set to strike and ahead of a busy holiday season, but not all lawmakers are happy that they are stepping over the unions to push through the deal. Correspondent Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
Many House Democrats had to make a rare vote Wednesday that overstepped the unions they usually side with, a vote not all were happy about.
I'm standing with the unions, my locals and my nationals.
Still, the House approved a bill that would force the terms of a September deal negotiated by the White House, railroad management, and labor unions that guaranteed pay raises, but was later rejected by 4 of the 12 unions.
The joint resolution is passed.
Labor leaders have been fighting to add paid sick time into the deal, citing grueling work schedules.
We are allegedly so vital to the economy and we're so important that they won't even allow us to go out on strike.
But with a strike deadline looming and the economy at risk, President Biden asked Congress to step in.
Joe Amtrak, Joe Lunchbox, whatever you want to call him, he has punted this to us to deal with his colossal mistake.
Senator Bernie Sanders announced a separate measure which would provide 7 sick days for rail workers. The House approved a similar bill on Wednesday.
If your child gets sick, if your spouse gets sick and you need to take time off of work, not only will you not get paid, you actually will get reprimanded and could get fired.
Next up, the Senate, where both bills will need 60 votes. President Biden wants them on his desk well before the December 9th deadline. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
A lot of things up in the air right now.
Boy,
nationally.
oh boy.
Yeah. Still to come here on the second half of our show. Belfast hoisted their Christmas tree into place yesterday.
Plus, the Hancock County Sheriff's Office is collecting toys for the holiday season. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Kim's Car Care offers detailing inside, outside, and under the hood for $299. We want our customers to have a wow factor with 100% satisfaction. Walk-ins welcome, and we do offer gift certificates. When Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance.
How do you figure that it's not your fault? If not yours, then whose?
Marilyn Millian.
Look, miss.
Don't call me Miss, it's Judge.
Well, Miss Judge.
Not Miss Judge, just Judge.
The People's Court.
I like your style, Judge.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
This week on Jeopardy!
If you're tuning in hoping to see a great champion on an incredible streak, well, you're in luck.
Our 15-game champ.
He has runaways in 13 of his first 15 games.
Has been dominating.
He's responded correctly to 32 of the 35 daily doubles he's landed on so far.
With over $500,000 in winnings.
Averaging over $35,000 a game.
But will his streak be stopped?
You can take the lead against Chris. I don't say that lightly.
On Jeopardy!
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7. Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Well, today is Thursday, December 1st. Can you believe it? December 1st,
That's
2022. Crazy. It's also Peppermint Bark Day, in which we celebrate that seasonal treat. And if you're watching your weight, it's also Eat a Red Apple Day. I think the peppermint bark would be a little more fun, though.
Maybe both, some balance.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know, you have to balance it with some health food, too.
Right.
On this day in history, back in 1862, President Abraham Lincoln sent a message to Congress in which he called for the abolition of slavery.
And in 1965, Rosa Parks, a black seamstress, was arrested after refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus in Alabama, sparking a year-long boycott of the buses by black people. Today's birthdays include singer Bette Midler, who's 77, World Golf Hall of Famer Lee Trevino is 83, comedian Sarah Silverman is 52, and actor Zoe Kravitz is 34 years old.
You knew all of them. I put a couple of older people in there, too. But you know Bette Midler.
I know the name,
okay,
but I can't place what has she done?
A lot of things.
Okay.
She did the original, I don't know, we could go on and on.
Yes.
Think of Hocus Pocus. You probably saw the movie Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
She was one of the witches, but
right.
She's really known for her singing and some of her acting, too.
Cool.
So.
Yeah. Very diverse.
That's what we're doing here on the morning show. We're turning people on to different people they might not know.
I know, and myself included.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you do the same thing to me. I'm learning things here all the time, too.
That's the best part. Good thing to do in the morning.
Yeah. Let's talk about the weather. Continued windy conditions out there, bringing some trees down, so be careful. Also, you might run into some black ice out there, so if you're just heading out for the day, be careful of that. A lot of moisture on the road. It is kind of warm. It's up in the 30s, but you never know. Coming around the corner, you hit some overpass. Those tend to freeze more, so just be careful out there today.
Devin Biggs has the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, here we are. We had plenty of rainfall that took place over the past 24 hours. In some areas, got close to 2 inches. Cooper, 1.94 inches. Rogers Farm Site at 1.83 inches. And many other areas at around 1.5 inches or even just a little bit below at 1.25 inches. And we also also had some wind reports over the past 24 hours as well. Many areas ranging from 40 miles per hour near the Marshfield and Millinocket area up to 61 miles per hour, even 60 miles per hour in Bar Harbor and the Eastport area. Of course, we have wind advisories that are up until 7 p.m. because of this wind that's currently moving through, and gale warnings that remain in effect until about 9 p.m. tonight or so. But again, moving forward, we had all this rain moving through. Now we're probably starting to switch over to a few snow showers and snow flurries after all this rain has moved through. But with temperatures cooling off, a few snow flurries and snow showers will be possible as all this right here continues to move away. We get on the back edge of low pressure, so a few snow flurries cannot be ruled out as those will move in from the west going toward the east. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period overall partly to mostly cloudy. A few snow flurries and snow showers possible. Temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Well, the city of Belfast is ready for the holiday season. This year's Christmas tree was hoisted into place yesterday. It will be lit Friday during a special ceremony in Post Office Square. The Belfast Fire Department will escort Santa and Mrs. Claus to the ceremony so they can greet local children around 5 p.m. The tree lighting will take place on Friday at 5:30. It's being held one day early because rainy weather is expected on Saturday, and the community calendar is coming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and there's some other stuff going on in Belfast on Saturday as well, so we'll have that information tomorrow.
Yeah, during our 8 o'clock hour, we'll be hearing the latest on the Festival of Lights Parade here in Bangor, too, which, as far as we know, it's still a go.
Yep.
Well, meanwhile, another chance to help our community during the holiday season is happening in Trenton. The Hancock County Sheriff's Office is teaming up with the Hancock County Bar Harbor Airport. Bins have been set up for donated gifts that will go to 150 kids and 121 seniors in Hancock County. The gifts will be donated in honor of Deputy Luke Gross, who was killed in the line of duty back in September of 2021 while cleaning up a hit-and-run accident on Route 3.
It means a great deal to us because we try to look out for the kids and the senior citizens, and we have programs like this around the year.
Now, the drop-off location will be set up at the airport for the next couple of weeks. Just another way to celebrate by giving back. And real quickly, I want to let you know that the folks in Machias, their Machias Christmas parade, I believe they were supposed to hold it this Saturday, but because of the rain, they're going to hold it the following week. Where is it? Yep, Saturday, December 10th at 4 p.m.
Nice.
Because of the wild weather. So Machias, we'll just have to wait a week longer.
Yep, I know it's always a gamble. Bangor said they're and weather between Machias and Bangor is so much different. Difference of that coastal weather, but Bangor is rain or shine. I did see that.
Got to wear your slickers.
Right. Well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol will have the latest with local sports.
Don't go away.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Merry Christmas to all our friends and customers from McCusick Petroleum, 32 Summer Street, Dover, Foxcroft. Happy holidays from Leo & Sons Auto Repair, a family-owned business providing fast and dependable auto repair services. Happy holidays from your neighborhood pharmacy, Carroll Drug. With a little bit of everything, you are sure to leave with what you need.
Sarah's House is a cancer hospitality house. It basically serves people on their cancer journey. As they're battling cancer, they have to come down to Brewer to the treatment center here, and they can come from all different places in the state, as far away as Eastport to Aroostook County even. We've had guests come from all over. So if you live greater than 30 miles away, you have a place to come and be at home while you receive treatment. And really, usually guests become lifelong friends. So it's a connection unlike anything you'll ever see, and it's a place unlike anywhere I've ever been.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Hammond Lumber Company is honored to be named one of the best places to work in Maine. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's stay on the Hoops season previews here. Tuesday, we talked about Ellsworth boys out to defend their title as Class B North champs. And now it's time for the girls' side of things in Class B North. Despite graduating a huge chunk of their team, the Herman Hawks are back at it, looking to get to the promised land once again. Ryan Sudol has that story.
You know, when you lose a big game, what you want to do is get back in the gym and start all over.
Herman girls basketball lost to Oceanside in a nail-biting Class B state title game last year. But that's just what the Hawks may have needed to get over the hump this year.
It's still definitely in the back of my head, and I'm always thinking about it and like what we could have maybe done to finish it and win it. But it's just more motivation to possibly get back there this year.
But it won't be easy. The Hawks lost 6 seniors from their state title run. But this program runs deep. Coach Chris Cameron says that makes those departures less daunting.
You know, these kids are in the gym now. They were in middle school and they were coming to our summer camp when all those kids that graduated were there as counselors. The pieces are very familiar. The faces and names are just different.
And the Hawks return a huge piece that hasn't been in their puzzle for 3 years. Senior guard and Hamden transfer, Sadie Campbell.
Oh my God, I was so excited. I love all the girls here, so it was nice to get back and have a great team chemistry again.
One of the better three-point shooters in the area, and then when they guard her tight, she can shot fake and get to the rim.
Another senior guard playing a big role is Coach Cameron's daughter, Allie.
Her running the point offensively is huge for us. Being able to defend people on the perimeter is huge.
And it being Allie's senior year, this final run means just a little bit more to her and her dad.
It's my last year playing on the court with my dad coaching, so I feel like I just want to make the most of it this year.
A pre-K rec kid to travel to middle school to AAU and then high school, so it's been a long journey, a fun journey, and excited for this senior year.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. I, too, am excited to see what the Hawks can do this year on the court. Really looking forward to all of our teams taking the court. Next Friday is when it all starts. Let's talk some hockey now. Up in Orono, Maine men's hockey returned to the ice after the bye week with a W, beating American International College 5-1 on Saturday. Before that win, it had been 7 games since the Black Bears had seen the win column, the shootout victory technically counting as a tie. They won their last game on October 22nd, so it had been a bit. They were riding a 5-game losing streak into Saturday, and all 5 were really close games against ranked teams. So they had been playing good hockey with nothing to show for it. So it's safe to say Saturday's win felt good.
It proved to us. I mean, we knew what we had, and it just kind of proved to what we were believing in the whole time. And we finally got to show it. And obviously, it adds their confidence, and it's kind of a feel-good game for us. It kind of shows what we can do, and I think it's important we bring that into the next couple weekends.
The work ethic and the culture is getting better in there. So it's just good to see the guys come out after two weeks of not playing and losing 4 or 5 games in a row, and still have the same passion and edge to their game.
All right, let's stay with the University of Maine here. Maine men's basketball had their 4-game winning streak snapped on Sunday at Brown University. They are back at it on the road again on Wednesday, looking to rebound. Black Bears in action at Fordham University in the Bronx, taking on the Rams. First half, we're going to start. It's Getty Yusupaites. Look at this step back from Getty right there. He nails the tray, and Maine is up 5. And then in the second, Maine still up. It's Jashante Wright-McLeish. He would get a 3-pointer of his own in transition, but then that is where Fordham would storm back. That second half comeback for the Rams. Here is Khalid Moore. He is going to fight for this bucket on the inside here. That's going to make it a 2-point game with just under 13 to go. And then later, Maine clinging on to a 1-point lead, but Antrell Charlton is going to nail a mid-range jumper here to give Fordham a lead, and then Maine just had no answer down the stretch. Fordham goes on to win 72-67. We're going to stay on the hardwood here. Celtics, record-wise, best team in the NBA right now. They've got a big test on Wednesday, though. Grant Williams in rocking the Christian Pulisic jersey. Jason Tatum ready to go. In front of the Prince and Princess of Wales, too. They are playing the Heat. And speaking of the Heat, the Celtics had a hot start to that first quarter. Here's Jason Tatum from Jaylen Brown. Contested 3, no problem. Tatum was on all night. Heat would come back, though. A tough layup here is going to give them the lead, 27-25, but then Grant Williams takes it right back with a 3 in the corner. Seas would stay in control all night, though. Just look at this move from Jason Tatum right here. Hits the step-back shot. He had 49 tonight, so close to that 50. And then in the fourth, that is when Boston would really take over. Third game in 4 nights, still have the energy late in the game. JB with the tough fast break bucket. The royalty loves it. Celtics, they win again, 134-121. And they are so fun to watch so far to start off the year. That's all the time we have in sports. We'll be right back after the break.
ABC 7, Fox 22, and Next Home Experience are presenting an opportunity for you to win free money. $15,000 could be yours. For more info and to register to win this national sweepstakes, go to our website, foxbangor.com. Drawing will be held on December the 12th. Brought to you by Next Home Experience. Looking to sell your house this holiday season? Buyers are looking to buy your home. Contact the Next Homie and get looped and get sold today.
Bring them on. If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. A place as spectacular as, well, me.
I think we might know a place, right, guys?
Bring your friends. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA, 7A, every day. Boom, boom, boom. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, America. How are you?
Boom! Now that's how you start your day, people.
Do you hear what I hear?
It's country music's most magical night of the year. CMA Country Christmas. With performances by Dan and Shay, Scotty McCreery, The War and Treaty, Molly Tuttle, Old Dominion, Stephen Curtis Chapman, and Maren Morris.
Merry Christmas!
Gather the whole family as Carly Pierce hosts CMA Country Christmas, Thursday, December 8th on ABC.
And we have the Hollywood Nation, right? Is that where we are?
I'm not sure. I don't know if they dropped that. Are we still They cut it.
Oh, we cut it.
They cut it.
Got these fancy little earpieces.
So I think we're going to be talking about the weather instead.
No, we're talking about the Northern Lights.
Okay, let's talk about Northern Lights. No, we're talking about the weather, right? Somebody tell us where we are. We took a break and we just lost track of where we are today.
Meteorologist Evan Biggs is going to get us back on track.
Thank you.
With our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomas and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, here we are. Plenty of stuff going on. Here we have a wind advisory up for a few areas until 7 p.m. as we head towards this evening. Other spots, though, under a gale warning till about 9 p.m. or so later on. We'll pull this map further down toward the south, and some of these even expiring a little bit earlier at about 7 p.m. or so. But, man, plenty of rainfall recently. Some areas seeing close to 2 inches, like 1.94 inches over at Cooper, Rogers Farm Site, 1.83 inches. In many areas at around 1.5 inches, even 1.25 inches over in the Bangor area. So we've had plenty of rainfall over the past 24 hours with this line that has since moved through. And the lightning tracker is on, but we're just not seeing any lightning with this. It was just a lot of heavy rainfall. And now we're starting to switch over to some snow flurries and snow showers that'll begin to move through as we get on a back edge of low pressure. As all this right here continues to track off towards the north and east, and even some lake effects starting to get going here, though. So we'll be watching for a few snow flurries and snow showers today, and that will start to back off later on tonight. We get more gusty winds that we've had to worry about those. Some areas up to 61 miles per hour to Eastport, 60 miles per hour in the Bar Harbor area. In many areas not too far away either. Millinocket and Marshfield, though, at about 40 to 41 miles per hour or so. But gusty winds are on the way, though, again today, but not as bad, maybe up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. But notice by Friday morning, they start to gradually back off to about 10 to 15 miles per hour or so. But, man, look at the wave heights is around 5 to 7 feet closer toward the shoreline. This is why we have gale warnings in effect. Other spots, though, at around 12 to even 17 feet, according to some of those buoys that are reporting farther out towards sea. Our average high temperature, to switch gears right now, is 40 degrees. We'll be in the upper 30s today, and tomorrow the lower 50s for you Saturday, cooling back off on Sunday to the lower 30s, back into the 40s again Monday, Tuesday, and also into your Wednesday. Futurecast moving forward, though, a mostly cloudy sky and a few snow flurries and snow showers possible. Those will back off later on tonight as the sky will become mostly clear to partly cloudy. By tomorrow, starting off with a few clouds with the sun coming out as we head towards the afternoon period. So, of course, any snow accumulation staying in the northern ends of the state today with any snow showers that get going. Nothing expected further down toward the south. Your forecast for today, upper 30s snow flurries and snow showers with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour as temperatures get above freezing. Later on time, middle 20s becoming partly cloudy, west wind up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 30s partly cloudy, south breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. More rain moves in as we head towards Saturday with highs in the lower 50s. Sunday, mostly sunny, highs in the low 30s and the low 40s return on Monday with a partly cloudy sky.
We have a lot to be thankful for and a lot to celebrate. This holiday season, let's do more than see the people we love. Let's be with the people we love and make the holiday memories that we will cherish for a lifetime. Let's begin at Bangor International Airport, the official airport of making tomorrow's holiday memories today. FlyBangor.com.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
Christmas is really about the kids. And as always, Rennie's has a great selection of toys this Christmas season.
That is so true. I mean, look at all this stuff. Green toys, Tonka, Dream Collection dolls. We have so much more and plenty of it. We're holding the line on our already low prices through the end of the year. So get to Rennie's and get your shopping done. Can you tell Santa?
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
The Furniture Gallery's Black Friday deals are here. We're fully stocked just in time for holiday get-togethers. We've got your choice of 5-piece dining sets starting at $449. Need extra living room seating? Sectional starting at $699 and recliner starting at $299. Long-distance guests staying over? Queen mattresses as low as $299 with closeout mattresses up to $1,000 off. Special financing is available. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Ben's Auto Body specializes in collision and corrosion repair as well as mild restoration, always using PPG paints and refinishing. If it fits in our shop, we will fix it. Located 8 miles west of Walmart, just off Route 2 in Palmyra.
Beauty and the Beast.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, green hues brighten the dark Icelandic skies. The Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, put on quite a light show above Reykjavik Monday. The lights are best seen in the fall and winter when nights are longest. More dark hours means more of a chance to catch a glimpse of the natural phenomenon. The Northern Lights are also frequently seen over Finland, Sweden, Greenland, and Canada. And I've heard you can see them in northern Maine sometimes.
You can every now and then. I remember one night heading up I-95, even towards Old Town, I could see them off in the distance up there. So every now and then, I think it just depends on what's going on, in space.
Right.
I don't know what you see. So
right.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. I mean, I know that it's the type of thing that is so kind of advanced that our bodies can't even recognize what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So it's indescribable to people
magical.
who have seen it. Yeah.
Imagine when people, before they knew what it was, what they thought,
Right.
It's really magical.
Very spiritual, I'm sure.
Yeah. Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. We will continue broadcasting on Fox 22. Have a great day.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance.
Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-209-5384 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
This week on Wheel, Quincy's representing his college